Real hot.
Look at that, y'all.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title, today we are gonna be discussing mukbangs. Now this is one of the few videos where my opinion is not fully formed and I want to like evoke conversation about how other people feel, because maybe my feelings on this are just skewed and invalid and useless. So I just need to like not have the opinion at all, because maybe I'm just reading too much into my feelings and I shouldn't have these feelings, which is very possible. I overthink everything I overthink. So every now and then I need people to come to me and be like, just let it go. It ain't that deep. So maybe that's that. But we're going to be talking about mukbangs. The reason I want to be talking about mukbangs is because I haven't been watching mukbangs lately. I would say in the past, since January, I've not been interested in mukbangs at all. Like, every now and then I watch a B Loves Life video, but I'll watch it because I like her and I want to support her more than like watch it because I'm actually interested in the content that is being made. So I was talking to myself, as I do, and I'm like, why do I not enjoy mukbangs anymore? And this is the rationale I came with. Mukbangs are dangerous. Mukbangs are very, very dangerous. It got to the point where the bigger the better. I'm sorry, I was eating something, I'm sorry. When I was first watching mukbang, I was okay with just watching Trisha Paytas eat a plate of pasta. Like, eating a normal sized portion of pasta was okay. Like, I enjoyed it. Watching someone eat 2 slices of pizza was cool to me. Watching someone eat 10 chicken wings, cool. Normal portions of food. But it got to the point where I no longer found interest in like normal portions of food. I wanted you to eat gigantic portions of food and I wanted you to finish it. Like, you got more points with me if you finished eating 50 chicken wings in one sitting, if you ate 2 boxes of pizza, if you ate an entire bowl of pasta. Like, that is the shit that was that was getting me riled up. And I was just like, it got to the point where I had to have a conversation with myself, like, that's not normal. Like, how did I go from eating chicken wings, 5, 6, 8 chicken wings is good. I got what I needed out of the mukbang. I enjoyed the mukbang, to go into now where if you ate 10 chicken wings and I sat through a mukbang, I would unsubscribe to you and say you wasted I might leave a negative comment. Like, it got from their watching normal people eat normal amounts of food, to me just wanting them to eat as much food as they can shove in their stomach. And so from that point, clearly something wasn't right in my head. But it's one thing, me wanting people to eat a lot of food, and it's another thing to where the thing that I desire, I'm being given. I am desiring that people eat unhealthy portions of food, and I'm being given it. Y'all are feeding my hunger for that. And I'm like, so it's no longer this weird kink, this weird fetish that I have. I like watching people eat insane amounts of food. It becomes now, there is a market for people making content, eating extreme amounts of food. And this was not how mukbangs always were. I jumped on the mukbang train early. I started watching mukbangs at the end of my freshman year. At the end of my high school. At the end of high school. I started watching mukbang, and that's when American mukbang was very, very new. Trisha Paytas had just started doing them. This is like 2014. Like B Love's Life wasn't even doing mukbang. Like mukbang was a very niche market. You had Koreans who were doing them, obviously, but for it to come over to the Western side of the world and be mainstream, it had not done that yet. Mukbangs were very much so in their beginning stages. And when it was like that, seeing people eat crazy amounts of food was not a thing. You ate normal portions of food, but it was just the fact that mukbangs were marketed as you're eating dinner with this person. It wasn't marketed as a circus, like a freak show. It was marketed as, hey, you have no one to eat dinner with. How about we eat dinner together like we're friends or like we're family? That is what mukbangs were marketed towards. Or maybe you don't have access to this food and you can watch me eat it and feel like you're living vicariously through me. We'll get on why that's problematic in a second. So it was just something, it was very innocent. It was a very innocent piece of the YouTube world. But with when mukbang started to get bigger and bigger and bigger, that all went away, and that's where we get freak show mukbang. And I'm gonna be honest, I think this started with Nikocado Avocado getting big, B Love's getting big, and Divine Munchies getting big. Cause Michelle, whatever, LA, she always ate normal amounts of food, and she never ate big amounts of food. She still doesn't. But Nikocado Avocado, Divine Munchies, and B Love's Life, they kind of pioneered this thing to where you just stuff your mouth with food. And it got to and at first I'm like, I thought it was cool. Not gonna lie, I still love B Love's Life. I'm like, it's so cool. But I had to have a conversation with myself as to why I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool in the sense that in a freak show, like seeing a man put his head inside of a lion's mouth, that's the way I thought it was cool that they were eating this weird amounts of food. It's something I would never do, and that's why it's cool. That's why I can't stop. It's like seeing someone get ran over by a train. Don't want it to be me, but I'm also not about to look away because it's a little interesting. It's one of those things, like I'm watching this car crash. I don't want to be in the car crash, but I'm going to continue to watch the car crash just to see what happens. And yes, these people are making crazy amounts of money, but it's not healthy. Like I said, it's a freak show. These people aren't eating with you. They're eating at you. Like, it's just that. It's like when people aren't laughing with you, they're laughing at you. We are watching you do something that is unhealthy. We are watching your own demise. We know what you're doing isn't normal because we could just do it ourselves. I could go to the grocery store right now and go buy a smorgasbord of food and eat it. That wouldn't bring me any interest. It's the fact that you're doing it. It's the fact that you're packing on the weight. You're having the high cholesterol. You're eating these unhealthy amounts of food. That is what is, I'm eating at you. I'm watching you just so I can get some pleasure in it that I know you don't gain from it. I'm not doing this with you. I don't have a huge seafood platter in front of me. I'm not having the high blood pressure. I'm not taking in all the sodium. I'm not taking in all the fat. I'm not doing that. But I get joy in watching you do it. You stick your neck in the lion's mouth. I'm not. I want to watch you do it, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want that to be of me. And I think a lot of these mukbangers see the comments of people like, oh my gosh, I wish I was you and I wish I had this food. And they're thinking that these people, like we're cheering, like we want to be you in a way when I don't think that's what most people watch mukbang and do, because When you're watching them, if I wanted this food, if I wanted 50 chicken wings, I could go get 50 chicken wings. I'm not watching because I want 50 chicken wings. I'm living vicariously through you because I know this is a lifestyle I would never do to myself. I would never do this to me, so I'm just watching you ruin your life so I don't have to ruin mine. It's a guilty pleasure type of thing. Like, let me watch you put on as much weight, and there's something to be said. These mukbangers are gaining weight like crazy. Like, this is, I'm not to be all in B Love's Life business or nothing, but she just had liposuction. She just had, B Love's Life put on a lot of weight. Not a lot, I don't know that woman, but she put on weight. And a lot of people in the comments, rude as hell, pointing out that she was putting on weight. And of course, B Love's, she gets on, and she's not the only person who does this, so I don't want to pick on her. But a lot of these mukbangers get on here and they pretend like, oh, I went to my doctor. They said my health is good. Don't worry about my health. I drink water. I do this. We have two eyes. None of this can be healthy. Even if your body isn't showing signs that it's shutting down or that it's under a lot of duress, it is. Period. Anyone eating this amount of food is unhealthy, especially at someone's age, like a B Love's Life, or like it's honey eats, like it's unhealthy. You shouldn't be pushing your body to this extremes. And the biggest thing is what I've noticed in the mukbang community, if you go back to their older videos, they don't eat this much. Their older videos, they eat normal amounts of food. But it's now that they're doing huge smorgasbords of food. And that goes back to what I am saying, that they have to keep up. Everyone is out doing each other. Nikocado Avocado came on the scene eating huge bowls of pasta. So then when B Love's Life came on the scene, she started eating huge bowls of seafood. And now the seafood has to get bigger. It has to become more. It has to be saucier. It has to be saltier. It has to be all types of more to keep us entertained. But how far are you willing to push yourself for money? And can you blame them? Can you blame a B Love's Life, a Nikocado Avocado, a Michelle, a Honey Eats, a Divine Munchies when they are making so much money? You guys don't understand. I do YouTube. I know the little bit of subscribers I have and the money I make on YouTube. I can only imagine how much they are making if I make what I make. If I make what I make on YouTube, I can't imagine what they make on YouTube. Like these people are bringing in tens of thousands of dollars a month. A month. This doesn't even include the sponsorships. Like, they are bringing in crazy amounts of money, so they're willing to do more, do better. So what I had to ask myself is, there shouldn't be a platform for this. B Love's Live should not be on her second liposuction. She shouldn't. Having a career you are having should not make you have liposuction. No career you go in should make you have to get liposuction. If it does, that career is unhealthy. And it'd be one thing you can say, B Love's Life got liposuction because she didn't like the way she looked before she did YouTube. And that let's say that is true, even though we can see she has gained a significant amount of weight. The same with a lot of other. Same thing would happen to me if I was a mukbanger. I would gain, after a year and a half of consistently eating over 1,000 calories in one sitting, I would gain a lot of weight. Right? So she gets liposuction, and I'm thinking, mind you, I hadn't watched her videos in a while, but I could see from her titles that she got liposuction. Then I would watch the videos where she would talk about her liposuction, and it just made me feel funny. I'm like, we pushed this woman. This woman has pushed herself so much that she has to get liposuction. Like, that's when it really hit me. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Like, we see them as vacuums, like eat more food, not realizing that food has to go somewhere. That food has to be filtered somewhere. Like, it's not healthy. All the spiciness, like, it's not healthy. And it doesn't matter. You can be built like freaking Popeye. It does not matter. It's not healthy, period. I don't care if you go to your doctor and he tells you you don't have high blood pressure, or you step on the scale and you're okay with your weight. It doesn't matter. You are a human being. And as far as I'm concerned, you're not a superman, superwoman. This is going to catch up with you if it's not already there. You can get on your channel and lie to your subscribers like, I'm healthy, I'm good. Maybe you're lying to yourself, but it's not healthy. It's not. And you're talking to someone who does not eat healthy. I am not someone who is out here eating all the veggies and stuff. I'm not that girl. But I know that it can't be. When I am telling you your eating habits are bad, you need to really look in the mirror if I'm telling you your eating habits are bad. Because I was so back to the liposuction. So I'm like, I felt personal responsibility, because I'm like, I was the one wanting her to eat more seafood. I was the one wanting to eat more chicken wings, more this, more that. And I'm just like, what? I caused this monster. Like, every time she does another seafood boil, or when Honey eats more spicy noodles, or Nikocado avocado, it's stuffing his mouth full. I'm like, I caused this monster. We could have stopped this dead in its tracks before it got to this. But we live vicariously through these people. We don't have the food, so we're like, we'll just watch you eat it. And it's just like, that's not healthy. Once again, back to the liposuction. So then I'm like, okay, it's a new page. Be Loves Life gets liposuction. So it's a new page. You know what? Yes, I caused B Love. I took personal responsibility. I'm like, I caused B Loves Life to have to get liposuction because I just wanted her to be as gluttonous as possible, right? I was over here, I wanted her to eat more subscribers. Like, I wanted her channel to blow up so bad. Like, her accomplishments felt like my accomplishment. I wanted the best for her. So if I knew her doing seafood boils every single week, all that salt, the salt in her salt, butter, I can't even. So I'm the one saying more, do more seafood bowls. Your subscribers will grow. Your subscribers will grow. So I'm like, okay, I fucked up. I personally fucked up. I shouldn't have pushed her that hard. But she just got liposuction, so it's a new leaf. We're turning over a new leaf. Now she can make better choices, better decisions. So she gets her liposuction, and you guys, she has been out of the hospital for that fucking long, and she's back to eating chicken. She's back to eating fast food. She's back to doing seafood boils. She's back to eating the exact same way she was before. And of course, 100%, we don't see what this woman does day to day. But no one who is getting liposuction should go back to still doing mukbangs every single day, eating the same exact foods, the same exact amounts you were doing before you got liposuction. You're doing the same thing and hoping for a different result. Liposuction is not, that's what I had to personally learn. It's not a restart button. It's like when you get a filling in your tooth. Yes, all the bad things have been taken out of your tooth. The cavity is no longer in your tooth, but this is not a permanent fix. When you get a filling put in your tooth, the tooth is still eroded. It's still eroded. There is still a huge hole in your tooth that just got plugged. So for you, it's not a restart. You're going to have to do things different. It is not a fresh new tooth. And that goes the same for the liposuction. You didn't get a new body. You're not 12 years old again all of a sudden when you get liposuction. Your body has still gone through the same stress that it went through when it had all that weight on it. That stress that your heart went through, that your everything went through, is still there. Everything, having all that excess weight on you is still there, as in what strain it did to your heart. So this is not a restart. It's not like all of a sudden, oh, I can go back to eating the same way I did and I have just as much time to be unhealthy like I did when I was a kid. No, liposuction and a filling in your tooth is telling you, yes, we were able to save you this time, but you're gonna have to make different choices. Different choice. It's not a restart. It's not a redo. You have to make different choices so you don't get back to this, because there won't be any back to this. It gets worse. Now you're looking at a heart attack, because once again, that pressure you were still putting on your heart has still been put on your heart. You didn't get a new heart when you got your liposuction. It's still the same body, just with less fat on it. So if you go back and put the same amount of fat on it, you're going to put yourself in even more duress. And it's just like, oh my God. Oh my God. So when I see that, I don't feel comfortable watching mukbangs anymore, because it's unhealthy. And a lot of people have said that, and I'm just like, a lot of people say it in a mean way, like, oh my gosh, they're so gross, they're so gluttonous, they're blah, blah. No, it's just in a, I want the best for you. I want you to be able to live long. And I know it's to the point where I thought they were cool and quirky because they could eat that much food. No, they have expanded. Their small stomach has expanded so large that they can eat this much food. And that is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Your body should not be able to handle that much salt. I don't care if you go all day without eating. There's no point of going all day without eating and then eating 2,500 calories. What that tells me is you at one point in time are putting so much food in your stomach at once. These people are going to have heart attacks, high cholesterol. You're gonna lose a foot. You're gonna get diabetes. Oh my God. And it's too much. So that brings us into another issue. People have seen the success that a Nikocado avocado has had, a Honey Eats, a Bee Loves, all these mukbangers. So now you get the next phase of mukbangers. You get mukbangers trying to be them, trying to do what they're doing to an extreme. You got people eating crab legs covered in hot Cheetos. You got people dipping their crab legs in Alfredo sauce. You just have ridiculous things. Everyone's trying to compete for a top spot because everyone deems mukbangs easy. It is an easy way to get a check. So once again, money is ruling everything. Everyone wants to make a coin. You are willing to put your own body through the ringer for money that may or may not come. There's plenty of mukbangers not doing no numbers. You're willing to put your body through that because you just see at the end of the day, Honey Eats isn't talking about her weight. Bee Loves is getting liposuction. Nikocado Avocado's not talking about, he always calls himself fat. He shouldn't do that. That's not nice to say about yourself. But no one wants to have this conversation. No one wants to talk about what this is really doing to my body. What is this really doing to my lifestyle? Am I noticing any funny things happening to my body? Like, you are binge eating, going all day not eating and then doing a mukbang and eating that is called binge eating. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. And so many times we watch thinking, whatever, do what you want to do. It doesn't matter. When it does matter. It does matter. These people aren't leading healthy lifestyles and they're influencing another generation to come along and do the same stuff because no one wants, it's going to take Bee Loves, I'm not going to say that, but it's going to take one of these people dying for it to be like, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't do that. I don't even want to get into the fact that 1 minute Bee Loves' life's husband, I feel like I'm dragging Bee Loves. I love Bee Loves and I love her family. That's a disclaimer. I love that. I don't want to be that person. I'm not saying this don't go subscribe to Bee Loves' channel. What I'm saying, I just want to bring awareness. So Bee Loves' husband, last time I was fully involved in Bee Loves' channel, her husband was on a diet. He was on a diet. He was losing weight. It was good to see. It was good to see. So I love seeing people go on a diet, a healthy diet, and they're reaching their goals. They're reaching their milestones. You don't have to look skinny. That's the thing. No, I don't want B-Loves to be this skinny. I don't want any of these people. I'm not asking these people to do anything I wouldn't ask of myself. Like I don't eat healthy myself. I'm not asking them that of them. I'm asking them to just eat normally. So her husband's on this diet, and it was good to see he was losing weight. And then I leave the channel for like a month or two. I don't really check in on her videos. And this man is back. He's even bigger than he was before he went on the diet. And I'm just like, what did I miss? What did I miss? I'm just like, clearly that household isn't promoting a healthy eating, like, because what did he expect? Your wife, who you love dearly, gets on camera every single day, every other day, whatever, and eats insane amounts of food. And it puts a roof over your head. It buys you the Mercedes. It buys you all the fruits of you guys' labor. You get those things because of what she does. So what did you expect? You weren't going to fall in line with her? Think about it. It's the reason why men gain weight just as much as women when women are pregnant. Because when you see someone gaining weight, when you see someone eating a lot, you indulge in the same thing. You indulge in the same thing. So if you're putting on this weight, clearly something is not okay in that household. Something needs to be changed. And then lastly, I want to talk about how we watch mukbangs because maybe we don't have access to the food they're eating. That's another problematic issue. It's this issue of haves and have-nots. These people, let's say they don't eat all their food. There are people who don't eat all their food. What do they do with it? Some like to lie and be like, I'll eat it tomorrow. You ain't fooling nobody. You're going to throw that shit away. You're going to throw it away. And it's just very sad to see that there are people eating like this and who can throw away food, no big deal. And there can be people I'm sorry, I just burped. And there can be people on the other side of that camera who don't have food to eat, who are eating ramen noodles, not for fun because that's all they have. People who literally don't know where their next meal is going to come from. Kids. There are kids on the other side of that camera who are like, I wish I could have this food. And when I get money, I want this. So once again, they're gonna go on to live that same unhealthy lifestyle that you have. That wasn't even the point. I just thought of that. How kids feel like this is the sign of wealth. This is the sign of I made it. Eating like these people. B-Love's life has a Mercedes. This is the sign of that, like, no, or Honey Eats is always in a good mood. If I eat as much as she eats, I'll be in a good mood. I want to sit in front of my camera and eat big amounts of food. No. That is not what you should be aspiring to. That's why I say, if 1 minute it becomes a freak show to some of us. Some of us, we're just watching a freak show, which is problematic. And then secondly, you have the people who want to be in the freak show, who do want to put their head in the lion's mouth. And it's just like, no, it's just it's a bad system. You have the haves and the have-nots, the people who can literally afford to eat crazy amounts of food. And then you have the other people who literally don't know where their next meal is coming from. It's this scale that never gets balanced. And it's just like, oh, no. It's just mukbangs are just unhealthy all around. What they promote, the people do, like, I just want reform. And that's the thing, mukbangs don't have to go away, but there are so many it's tired. If I have to see another mukbang channel get made, I'm gonna die. Like, people are coming up and doing the same mukbangs, and I'm just like, this has just become a deadly cycle. Someone's going to die, but we think success is money. Like, money is always like associated with success. If you have money, you are successful. But are you successful if you have high blood pressure? Are you successful if you have to get 2 liposuction? Is your job worth having if you have to get liposuction to maintain it? Like, that's not success. Success is not a job that gets you money, but your health is deteriorating. At the end of the day, what is money if you're not alive? What is money if you have to be a diabetic? Like, the money wasn't worth it. You were not successful. If your life ends because you eat too much, you were not successful. You did not win the game of life because you're dead or because you don't have the functionalities you had before simply because of this job. But we equate money. If someone does something and they make money by it, we just assume, oh, everything is written off. Yeah, you suck, and what you're doing isn't that great. But you make money, so it's fine. No. Have standards. Set standards for yourself. Like, the same way you want money, you should want health, right? Right? And that's a conversation I can have with myself. Shit. Like, you should want money the same way you want health. Like, I don't know, y'all run that by me. Y'all tell me how y'all feel in the comments. I'm curious. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I just haven't been able to get jiggy with mukbangs lately because I'm just like, this ain't it. This ain't it. Anyways, love you guys so much. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.